Good morning, everybody. Chef Colin here, Nourish and Vibe. Today I'm using, and these are a really important tool, bench scrapers. You know, they come in different shapes and sizes. This one's an Epicurean one. It's made out of actually composted and compressed cardboard boxes. And they use like an organic epoxy on it. They're really sharp. These things are really good if you're prepping onions or if you're prepping anything on your cutting board. You just scoop it up. I did a short with ceviche and all the vegetables and even the fish I picked up with this, put it in a bowl. These are great. Always put it in my pocket and use it throughout the whole day. And like I said, they come in different shapes and sizes. This one even has measurements. Really cool if you're doing gnocchi. And this is kind of a metal one, has a chopper if you're doing like Philly cheesesteaks or want to chop something on a griddle. Really nice, really cool. Definitely something you need to put it in your kitchen, a really handy tool. Today I want to talk about how many, what it takes to become executive chef. You know, how many carrots have to be peeled, how many dishes have to be washed, and how many lines you have to, and plates and tickets you have to pump out to get that experience, to really, harbor that experience to facilitate your own restaurant or somebody else's restaurant and become an executive chef to start making money for a place. There's so many little things you have to learn, and in order to be a successful chef. And my path was extremely difficult, and I'll just speak a little bit about it. You know, I started in the dish pit when I was 15 years old. I knew since the first day I flipped that pan with cherry tomatoes, garlic, and white wine that the chef life absolutely grabbed me and sucked me in, and I wanted to just gain tons of experience, and I didn't have money to go to culinary school, so I was gonna have to do the next best thing, and that's get hands-on experience working for a lot of great chefs, a lot of great restaurants and kitchens, and next to a lot of epic, legendary line cooks, dishwashers, sous chefs, and chefs. And it's been a wild ride, let me tell you. It's been 32 years, and there's never been a dull moment. You know, in this industry, you really have to learn how to balance everything correctly with your personal life and your work life. You know, I was working so much in kitchens when I was working in San Francisco that I was learning all my life lessons in here. I was working 2 different jobs. I would just go home to sleep, wake up, wash my face, and get back to work. And I did that for so many years. And when it comes to the off balance point, you know, I thought I had control in a kitchen, right? Because this is where I was always at. I was learning all my lessons here, and necessarily not in my personal life. So I felt comfortable more working in a kitchen, in the grind of it, in the heat of it, than living my personal life. I missed so many funerals and birthdays, and I wish I could go back, but everything happens for a reason. And the path to becoming a chef is it can be grueling. You know, restaurants are not easy. Professional kitchens are not easy to work in. It gets hot up here, so it's 110 in the kitchen. You got 3 fryers going. You got boiling water, 2 convection ovens, a French range, 2 dishwasher stations pumping out steam. And all you have is a swamp cooler that's clogged on the roof and just sucking in hot air and going through cool water. And it's just making it real swampy in here. And you're constantly just I remember just getting off work some nights and being just so drained and so dehydrated. It can get tough in here. You know, you have a ticket machine that's constantly spitting out tickets, and it's just a stressed out chef. You know, I worked in this one place in San Francisco, Boku, early 2000s or late 90s. I kind of forget. And Chef Bruno, French chef, Michelin star chef. He was epic, wonderful chef to work for. But he would know when you got so busy online, because there was always at least one station just getting absolutely pounded, right? And he would come up behind you and just put his chin on your shoulder and just look down, and it was so stressful. So you work in these just stressful situations, and you really have to learn to adapt and you know, pump forward and just think to yourself, you know, I'm here for a reason. I'm here to learn. And that's exactly what I did. You know, all these different restaurants that I've worked in, and all these different chefs that I worked under, and all these different line cooks that I worked next to, and all these dishwashers that I worked with, you take in so much for your memory bank for learning, you know, and you learn so much, you know, working next to the Spanish dudes online. You learn how to um, not expedient cook, but cook fast and do really well, consistent plates, how to set up your station, how to keep clean, but how to set up a station. You know, that's another cool thing. Like when you're working with all these different kitchens and chefs and stuff, like you get so many, you see so many different ways to do everything, to set up your line, to butcher halibut, to portion food, to control food costs, to wash dishes, to take down the floors, to shut down the restaurant. And so, you know, instead of just going to school and, you know, getting a little bit of hands-on class, going through the bookwork, like you get hands-on experience. You actually see how it all works. You see the good, the bad, the ugly. And so I'm really thankful for my path. You know, there's been ups and downs. There's been addictions. You know, there's been just a lot of parties. You know, this is when you're young in your career, it's like a rock star life, especially when you start coming up into a management position at a really nice restaurant. It could be a rock star life, and you really have to control it, man, and kind of center yourself. But yeah, and yeah, so you know, you're working for all these different restaurants, and I considered each restaurant a classroom. Each chef I worked under, the teacher of that classroom, and so you know, just centered myself and just really humbled myself. And there was a lot of times I didn't, you know, agree with the chef, or I didn't like the line guys, and I just didn't like the cuisine, didn't want to be there, and I just had to really just think of why I was there, right? And I was there to learn, and you know, the places that you really don't enjoy working at are the places that you learn the most in. Remember that. And so, you know, if there's any advice I can give to the young guys coming up in this game, is just go there, say yes, chef, put a smile on, and learn, and just soak it up. Because even if it's a restaurant that doesn't make that much money, or it's not that successful, you're going to learn so much how not to be that successful and how not to be that busy, right? And then you're going to work in restaurants that are pumping out thousands of people, or a Michelin star restaurant. And that's how you're going to learn how to a restaurant facilitates 1,000 people, and how they do their great food, how they're making in tons of money, and how they get that Michelin star. And so you see the good, the bad, the ugly, and you just got to soak it all in and just really adapt to it, and embrace it, because, you know, and balance. Because if you go off balance, you're going to burn yourself out. And, you know, that's happened a couple times in my career where I've burnt out, and it's a heavy burnout in this industry. Like I remember walking away a few times, like, I'm not coming back, never coming back to this. This is like, no. And then, of course, you know, after healing from that burnout, coming back and, you know, but learning something from what happened there. And that was just being off balance somewhere and working too much or too many jobs, and, you know, and just kind of slowing it down, really just following your own pace, and just having fun, you know, and having fun. And this is an art form that we do where I love it, because I'm of service with my cooking. I'm of service with being a chef. I don't waste any of my guys' times. I constantly, you know, teach them. I bring them up with me. Like whenever I get any kind of praise for what I do here, I bring them here, and they all come up together with me. I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't have the success where I'm at if I didn't have good teams underneath me, helping me get to where I'm at. And so that case, I'm never going to waste their time. They're always going to come up with me. I'm always going to teach them, and all the knowledge that I know from being a chef and being cooking and prep or whatever it may be. And whoever wants to excel, I'm going to excel them. You're always going to get those people that want to come for a paycheck, or that have two different jobs, and they're just kind of coming through. They're doing their 7 to 8 hour shifts, and they're gone to their next job. And that's totally fine. I love those guys too. But then you get the young crowds that want to learn, that want to become a chef. And I'm not going to treat those two people different at any ways. Whoever wants to excel, whoever wants to learn, I'm here to teach them. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. It's a long road. You have to balance. You have to center yourself, and have fun with it. I love coming to work every day and having to put two ingredients together and it be good. And it's just an absolute blessing. I love what I do. I love making YouTube videos and shorts. They're going to get better. Trust me. I have good equipment. I'm just learning how to use it and learning how to just cut and adjust and film. And so it's all new to me. But creating content is so much fun, and I have so many cool things I want to show you guys. So hang in there. Thank you everybody for supporting me. I'm truly blessed. I get a few subscribers every day, and it's just, itching forward. And, I don't give a heck if I become famous or anything like that. I just love pumping out content and getting out the world, how easy it is to put together certain plates and certain recipes. So I hope everybody's enjoying it out there. They're going to get really cool, a lot better. And I have some hack videos coming too, which will absolutely blow your mind. So anyways, it's been a great talk, everybody. Everybody enjoy your day out there. Please like and subscribe, support me. I'm just a small channel, and like I said, I'm not trying to become a super famous content creator or anything like that. I just want to have fun and show you guys videos and how easy it is to do stuff. So anyways, I'm over and out, you guys. Got a busy weekend. I love you all. Like and subscribe. Peace out.